Hey, Derrick, guess what?
Hey, what?
I got something pretty awesome.
Oh, I can't wait.
This is Friday.
Yes, it is. I need something awesome right now.
Well, look, this is going to be good news for you. First of all, I don't have a hat on, so I'm butt naked.
It is
that's the way
wild
I see it. I
looking.
see it this way. I'm butt naked when I don't have a hat on. It's fact. I even take showers with hats on. I don't even know why I do that.
It is Christopher Camp.
It is
everybody.
Christopher right now. I thought about what can we talk about. I got a couple of stories, but then I got this friend, this amazing friend, and I'm like, I'm going to bring him in. Look, I'm going to tell you something. When you get to know this guy in 5 seconds, and we're going to talk about some amazing stories, and we only have 10 minutes because he's picking his daughter up. But when I tell you, you want to have a person that throws caution to the wind, that does things on the spur of the moment. He, my friend, is the epitome of a cannonball! Let's go! Woo!
Yeah.
That's it.
We did it, Josh.
Oh,
Man, I am loving that intro.
Yeah. Josh Savage.
Hey, Josh and audience, motivate with CoachCam.com.
Hey, how about SRP Studios
Thank you.
LLC.com?
Yeah.
I love the intro.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to get on here for a while.
Man, look, this is your moment right now. Do you want to know where else you could go to if you wanted to find us?
Where's that?
Tell us about that Gmail.
Oh, it is cannonballinglife@gmail.com.
And you can go to Positive Voices on Facebook. And if you feel led, people can go out to my Motivate with Coach Camp Venmo and drop a couple dollars. Josh Savage, welcome to the party, baby. This is Cannonballing Life.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So you're hailing all the way from Oregon. Is that correct?
I am in Oregon on a beautiful day.
Man, I tell you what, it's pretty nice here today. It's actually very beautiful. We always talk about the weather.
Yes, it is.
It's a beautiful day. So I followed you all the way up to Oregon. Now, Bend, Oregon, if I'm correct, right?
Yep, right in the middle of the state.
Right in the middle of the state. You guys have the very last blockbuster on the planet.
Oh, yeah, I go often. I still go rent movies.
There's no reason not to be honest with you.
If it's there, do it.
Do they have VHS?
They don't have VHS. They've got DVD and Blu-ray,
All
but
right.
they do have stuff that you can't find on, on
Netflix.
streaming sometimes. So
Yeah.
that's what I like.
They still have the little nudie section?
I don't know.
You're walking
you
around
know?
like, where's the rated double X?
That's behind a curtain.
Oh, that's what it is. You got to know the guy.
I should ask.
So, Josh, we actually met at Huey's.
That's right.
We did.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Last summer.
Yeah, that's right. So when Coach brought this up, I was like, let's go. Let's get him on the show. We appreciate you listening. And I want to hear you two tell some stories. I know you don't have a lot of time, Josh, but let me interview you guys. Let me interview you two briefly.
Do it.
How did y'all meet?
Go for it.
Yeah. High school.
High school. So we're going back to, just when you guys were hoodlums.
That's pretty much it. I don't know that we're different. We're just older hoodlums. That's the way I see it.
Older. Yeah.
A little slower.
I think we've matured quite a bit.
We've probably
quite a
matured.
bit.
That's true. But, we're respectable, so we just do things where people ain't watching now. Our maturity level is where we don't tape the things we're not supposed to do.
Now, Coach,
I want to say, the first time that I remember actually hanging out with you was probably when I went to Florida because I knew Freddie Payne. And I don't know how in the world my parents allowed me to go to Panama City with a bunch of seniors, but I was only in 10th, and you guys are a little bit older, and I rode with
Yeah. Who did you ride with?
Freddie was pretty mature, though.
He was. Well, he was trying to go in the Navy SEALs or something like that back then.
Yeah, he was. I remember.
So, that is true. That was our first big hangout. It was Panama City Beach, Florida. And when you say seniors, bro, that was my second senior year. So I was an extra senior.
Yeah, you were like the old fella there.
I was the seasoned senior.
I was just going to say seasoned.
That's
you
what
took it
happens.
from me.
Well, I just know stuff. Weren't
you like 22 or something?
Probably. Yes. Some people say hold back, fail. I like to think of myself as just growing a little stronger.
Were you a sharp-dressed man like you are right now?
Absolutely not. When Josh sees this video, if he watches the YouTube portion of it, he's going to wonder what's going on. I'll tell a story about it. It's actually something that's a little bit sadder, so we'll save that for a minute. So we'll talk about why I look the way I look right now, but it's something that's close to Josh as well. Hey, Josh, can I tell a story about Florida?
Yeah, I know what you're going to tell, but go for it.
How did you know I was going to talk about that redheaded
He
girl?
sounded a little nervous there, Coach.
Well, I didn't even think you remembered the redheaded kid. So I'm just kidding.
Redheaded kid?
I don't know. I'm just making that up. So, look, Josh was a little younger, but honestly, we didn't look at each other as age. we was just hanging out, a bunch of friends. We had a lot of things in common, and music. We listened to a lot of music. I know that's probably crazy to you because I didn't know what a rhythm section was as of last week. So yeah, he introduced me to a drums, and a bassist is a rhythm section. I always just thought rhythm was a guitar that you strummed.
Good job, Coach.
Thank you. Well, I remember. I'm only an idiot for a while, and then I'll actually remember a few things. But so Josh and I, we really didn't hang around each other. We hung around the same people, so we saw each other from time to time in school. I was good friends with his cousin, dated another one of his cousins, so we had an interconnection. Yep.
Yep.
And then we go to Florida, and we're hanging out, and then one evening, what do you do in Panama City Beach? Do you know? Because you're from Maine.
Well,
do you know what you do?
If you're talking to 25-year-old Derrick, it'd be drinking.
Oh, you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
We do that.
You did
cruise the strip.
You got to cruise the strip.
Gotcha.
You just drive up and down the strip, right, Josh?
Yep, up and down.
And so we decide to go rent some scooters. Now, I ain't going to lie to you. Some guys got motorcycles. I wasn't motorcycle ready, so I got one of them little mopeds. But you really can't do more than 20 miles an hour on the strip.
Baby steps. Did it have training wheels on it?
It should have for one of us, if you know what I mean.
Oh, here we go. Let's go.
So I wish that everybody watches this on YouTube. I know I only have a few million listeners on YouTube, so not everybody gets to see it. But we're all getting on. We're taking off. Josh is a little younger, probably had a little less experience. And when he punched it, there's loose sand and gravel all in the streets. And you just see him fishtail and then bust.
That's my story.
Bust.
And I'm sticking to it.
That's his story. And what was going through your mind at that moment, Joshua?
Probably all the blood on my knees and on my elbows and stuff. I was like, am I hurt? Am I hurt?
Well, he may have been thinking that, but that's not how he acted. When he stood up trying to play it off and be super cool, he just starts rubbing his stomach, goes, hey, yo, I took off too fast. So then, Josh, tell us, what do I do? What does Coach Camp do in the moment where my buddy just busted hard? Right, we got to come up with like $125 to help fix this moped. We all had to scrap together.
Yep.
So what did I do at that moment?
Well, I think you were the only one that actually offered me to get on the back of your moped.
He rode around holding onto my waist lovingly as we cruised up and down the strip.
Oh, that is so sweet. I did not get this story at Huey's.
No. Well,
and all the ladies loved us.
They did. We waved at them. I never understood why he kept leaning his head in so much, but it was nice.
I was just trying to cuddle.
That's it.
Was this like a Dumb and Dumber thing where
it was special?
When you got
That's
off,
what it looked like.
Was he stuck to you when you got off?
That would have been really weird because it was hot.
You can get off now, dude.
Yeah, I was like,
step down. Step down, sir. Step
very
down.
Comfortable. So, Josh, what are some of the memories?
I had to get my father.
Oh yeah,
I had to get my father to Western Union me some money after that too.
That's true. We did.
Where's this going?
Well, I mean, that was for the mopeds. He busted it up. We had to help pay it because that guy didn't want him to leave, and they had to get some money paid back.
Josh, I'm sure your father was really happy with that phone call.
Oh, yeah. That's all right, though.
So what kind of memories do you have of me that you could embarrass me with?
Man.
Uh-oh.
Where do you want me to start?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing's off the table.
Plenty, but...
Well, look, Coach, you've told stories on this show in the past about things that you've done with groups of friends and certain people.
Sure.
Is Josh part of any of these stories you've told in the past?
Tons of them.
Well, what's one that you've...
I don't know where he fit in because sometimes he was there, sometimes he wasn't, and the group's large. There was a large group. Wouldn't you say there was a large group, Josh?
Yeah. We had quite a few, people that we hung out with a lot.
So, he may have been there for the nipple piercing moment. Were you there at that party?
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, you would remember that one.
He probably doesn't want to remember it.
Who wants to remember that?
Was that one of them at Shay's house or something, maybe?
I don't even remember what house was that. Probably at Shay's. I can't remember. But we had this mutual friend.
What about the story of someone throwing the soda out of the car and hitting another car?
Were you in the car that night? Whenever a person throws a soda out, hits another car, we get chased into a cove, and we're sitting there dead meat.
I've got similar stories, but I'm not sure it's with soda.
Well, go for it. If it involves you and Coach, we want to hear it right now.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's with Coach, though. So I'm not 100% sure. I mean, all those days back then, as you all know, they're pretty foggy.
They are foggy. They do run together. Yeah. I do have some good pictures of us, though, in Panama City. So.
Yeah. We went to Panama City at least 2 or 3 times together, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good times.
Not counting the more recent time with even that was about 10 years ago when we took our kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. We all stayed in a house.
Because you went and ran a marathon, right, Coach?
No, not this one. Myself, Jeff, that you met, and was Shane there? Yes, Shane was there. You met all the group.
Yeah, Shane was there.
And all of our families, we rented this 3-story house on the beach in Panama City, and we all went and stayed there. And
cool.
It was kind of a reunion.
Yeah.
Did you, really cool. Josh, did you crash any motor vehicles while you were down there?
I did not.
Okay, good.
I don't think I've rented a moped since. No, I actually have. I've gotten over my fear to rent them again, but yeah.
But that's really cool. Like, you went there when you were younger, and raising hell.
Yeah. Well, I'm with the Savage.
And then all the families. That is a really cool reunion. It's like the movie Grown Ups.
It kind of is. Yeah. It kind of is. Yeah. We did have moments there. I mean, like Shane's kid almost drowned. So there was that moment. He fell in the swimming pool, and then my son Zach was pointing and looking, and then we were like, dude, do something. And then Trey jumped in, my stepson, and he actually pulled Porter out. So,
oh my goodness, this took a turn.
Yeah. It was an exciting.
And then we went on a cruise for Maddie's birthday, a pirate cruise.
We did do a pirate cruise. Yeah, I forgot about that when you said that. Now I remember. We've done a lot of cool things. Now, that's not the only place. Savages, when I say throw caution to the wind, this guy sold everything they had. Stop me when I'm wrong, and you add anything you got. And they went on a life journey. He has 2 girls. I don't know how they are now. How old are your girls?
16 and 14.
And one of them has the same birthday as I do. So
that's right.
Is it Sophia?
Yeah, Sophia.
August 30th. And so many times I would be at her birthday growing up, and then people are singing happy birthday, which I was very uncomfortable with them adding me. I'm like, this is your daughter's birthday. But he always did. That's the kind of guy, and the whole family, the Savages are that way.
Yeah.
And we've done a lot of stuff. We went to Hawaii together, right?
Yep.
What was your favorite story about that one?
Let's see. Hawaii. I'm trying to think. Probably the snorkeling and stuff when we got to see the manta rays and all that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was the day you weren't with me. Oh, no, we did go to that when we went to the manta rays together. That's right. Then y'all did another snorkel day, though.
Yeah, we did. We took a boat out. That was pretty nice, too.
That's right. Sweet. I just figured you were picking the one when you weren't with me, so I was like, oh, I see where that's
I mean, the Hawaii trip was definitely much calmer.
It was, well, we're old now. Yeah, so it was
different
nice.
kind of fun with kids.
So, Josh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk to Coach. Coach, Josh knows how to cannonball.
He does.
So you were leading us to a story. Him and his family cannonballed.
They sold everything.
Yeah, continue
and
with that.
The whole family went on a life journey going from town to town, and you would have to fill in all those blanks because I don't even know all the places you went to. Living for 3 or 4 months. His wife's a nurse, so she was doing travel nursing. He's a teacher as well. Instructor, and he was teaching online courses and stuff. And again, correct me when I get offline here. And he's a writer, and
so far so good.
He's very much an entrepreneur in a lot of directions. Created scavenger hunts and whatever, just lots of stuff. Generating some kind of fundage, and they went all over America, and then they finally landed in Oregon. I went out there, stayed with them for a couple nights, and then me and my wife, of course, and we went out there and we ran a marathon with them, and they're going to Alaska with us this June.
Nice.
That's right.
So the Savages, we're tight, boy. We tight. We real. It's real. It's a real thing.
I love it.
Long time amigos.
It all happened in the moment when he had a moped wreck, and I'm just like, come on, boy. Get on this moped with me.
Things happen for a reason.
That's it.
Did we just become best friends?
I think we did.
Oh, my God.
It was a moment of magic.
That's all. I love hearing this because I don't have friends from high school. I mean, I live 1,000 miles away from where I grew up, but it's neat to see, even when I met you at Huey's with Josh and the 2 other fellows.
Yeah.
It was just 4 guys that have known each other forever.
Yeah.
Just picking right up where you left off.
That's how we do.
Yeah.
That's how we do. We ain't got to talk forever, and then all of a sudden we see each other. It's like we never missed a beat.
Yeah, that's cool.
Never missed a beat.
Yep. We just meet each other all across the world. That's how it is.
That's what we got to do now. We just say, well, hey, you want to go to such and such? He's like, yeah, let's do it. And then we just meet there.
Because he's the Savage.
He's savage.
And here's another Savage, Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Randy
that's my cousin.
He modeled his life after Josh.
Let's get that louder.
Yeah. Good.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
So, Josh, where all did y'all go, man? Where all did y'all pit stop over your career of travel and those moments of life experience?
So there is, we were all over the country. We took like a few weeks in between each travel assignment and traveled in camps and all that. Mostly for long periods of time, we stayed in Albuquerque, Asheville, North Carolina, Missoula. We went down to Belize in Guatemala for a little over a month.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So yeah,
Adventurous.
It was a lot of fun.
And
yep.
You homeschooled your children, right? Throughout all this?
I did. I did. Yeah.
And God love
it was a good time.
Hey, no excuse, right? We can do this. We'll figure it out.
When he told me that what they were going to do, I was just like, are you kidding me? And then I was so much in admiration. It's actually the Savages that inspired me to take in a foreign exchange student because they had done that as well.
And that's that was a delightful experience.
It was an incredible life-changing experience.
Yeah.
And you still talk to her, right?
All the time. All the time. Cool. She listens to this show. I don't know how they translate it to Portuguese, but apparently some of her friends listen to it. But I don't speak Portuguese.
Well, they probably speak English.
That's got to be what it is.
I would love to see one of our episodes with Portuguese overdub.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he teaches Spanish. Josh, the guy we're talking to now, with a country accent, which I've always been fascinated by.
No.
El bueno.
No, this is a country.
Por favor.
You quit.
That's what country.
Muy bueno, senor.
The fly swatter girl. Yeah, man. That's awesome, dude. So, anyways, I was just sitting here. I was thinking, what friend could we connect with? Josh Savage came across my mind. Well, look, we got a big trip coming up in a couple months. Gonna be good times.
Good stuff.
It's gonna be good times.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for thinking about me and calling me.
Yeah, and he listens to our show. He picks up us. He'll tell me, he'll be like, "Hey, look, y'all were talking about whatever." Yeah. So he's a fan.
We got Josh and Wes Joyner.
We have two people
confirmed.
That's all we need.
That have been on the show too now. How cool is that?
Well, nice.
And that's why I love this podcast.
That's right.
We can just make a phone call.
All the way to Oregon.
Yeah, I got the right equipment for it. Mm-hmm. We can interview anybody.
Go back a couple years ago. It's a long distance charges.
The old brick phone for like $1 a minute.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for jumping on the show, Josh.
Yeah, bud.
I'm glad I got to meet you as well.
Yeah, I'll be back in late April. Maybe I'll see you again.
Oh, when you're back in late April, you need to be in studio.
In studio.
Yep. All you got to do is holler at me. That's all you got to do.
I say Josh and someone else. We can do up to 2 guests, Coach.
Okay.
So let's
do a
little reunion in here.
Jeff and Shane, just somebody has to sit in someone's lap.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Let's bring the Huey's lunch.
Yeah.
Here. Into this studio.
We should do it with Hot Weeks, just like downtown Bruno Brown.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right, brother. Well, look, tell your family I said hi. I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple months.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right, man. Holla.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Josh Savage. Good job, everybody.
It's good stuff. He's good. He's a good dude, man. Their whole family is great people. They really are.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
I have a face to the voice too.
You do. It's a furry.
I've met him.
He's got a hairy face like mine. So that's something we share in common as well. So real fast, Debbie Downer moment, but real stuff. Just like all those friends we mentioned, that's actually why I'm dressed like I am. I was at my buddy Jeff's mama's funeral. So she just passed away a little week ago, and I had to go there, and then I came straight from there to here. And you know what? One thing that Jeff and we both agree on, life keeps going. We've got to keep going. We got to keep staying positive. And of course, it's sad. And it's, we all said our goodbyes, and it's a tough thing.
Yeah.
Anytime you lose a parent, never easy. But love, shout out to the Smith family. Mama Smith, love you guys.
God bless y'all.
Yep. So here we are. Cannonballing.
Cannonballing. One more time.
Cannonball! Whoop, whoop. So here's what I got. All right. I don't know what all stories you have this week, but I know this is going to resonate a little bit for you. Maybe.
I came here with nothing because I know there's so much to talk about with you for this one.
Well.
And what you just experienced this week.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to start with what that was, and then I'm going to backtrack a little bit.
Go for it.
What that was is I had to go to Nashville, Vegas for a 2-night, 3-day stay for a competition. And the competition was a statewide Outstanding Achievement and Recognition Award, which they recognize faculty and students across the state of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And what I was nominated for was the educator portion. So I was the top educator for the state of Tennessee. It was me and 2 other contestants. And
so you made the top 3 educators
in all of junior colleges across the state of Tennessee.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
That is
Now,
awesome.
I think that somebody there's been drinking, but that's fine. That's another story. That's a story for a different day.
Before you continue,
Yes.
amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, come on, Coach. That
is pretty
is
amazing.
outstanding.
It's also bewildering because I'm an idiot.
And I'm fortunate to get to see you all the time.
Yeah, I feel the same
Between
way.
the 2 shows, I know our audience loves you.
I hope.
But
I love them.
I truly appreciate and love what you do with your life.
Would you get on the back of my moped?
I would.
Okay, that's
I
all.
would.
That's all I do.
I wouldn't squeeze too tight, though.
It's all right.
I
don't think we'd have a choice.
I'd be gentle.
Yeah, we're both full size guys.
That thing would be doing a wheelie. My ass gets in the back of it. Yeah.
It's like I don't mean to be this close, but we're going to be close.
But so proud of you.
Thank you, man.
Great job. That you need to pat yourself on the back shamelessly.
Well,
because that's a great accomplishment.
It's amazing because I scored the highest I ever did on the ACT was 16. That's it. I went into college. I'm like, I'll figure it out.
What is a high score for ACT?
Like 36 is top score, best you can get.
Okay.
And so I'm not even really cutting it. I'm like right there at halfway there.
Okay, so continue on.
My cup was half full. That's the way I saw it. It was not the
it's
other
not
way
half
around.
empty. No,
that's not the way I
full.
saw it.
Half full.
So when
Half
we
full.
went into this thing, I'm a very competitive person. Coach camp is a real deal. Coach is like, I focus on winning, but if it's a team aspect, I focus on winning with my team. It's a all or nothing scenario. And I was kind of seeing Southwest as my team. I was nominated by the faculty and the administrators, the president of the college. They all.
What is the official name of the school you teach at?
Southwest Tennessee Community College. Your best choice. So yeah, that's what I do. So that's how I do that. And so I was very honored. Of course, it's an easy word to say, but it's true. Humbled, honored, all those words,
yes,
they apply. And so I had to compete regionally. So it was the region, and I went up against 2 other people from one was Jackson Community College, the other one was maybe Dyersburg, and I whooped them. And I was like, this is an interview process. I was like, I got this. And so talking's my strong point.
I whooped them
up. And then so now I'm like, all right, you're going to Nashville for the statewide competition. So it's me and 2 other educators. One's from Chattanooga and the other one's from Columbia. And, I don't fashion myself to be super smart, but I do fashion myself to be real. If there's one thing most people will agree, I'm authentic, I'm real. I don't try to be something I'm not.
Right.
That's just not in my DNA.
Yeah.
And so when I showed up to the panel of judges to do my questions, here's why I think this is salty a little bit. I am a coach. It's not lost to me the honor that it was to get there.
But you're looking to win.
What you gonna do?
That's what I'm talking about, dog.
Yes.
And I answered their questions so good, they gummit.
Can you quit swinging that nasty fly swat around?
Fly swat lady. I'm going to tell you a little story about her, too, how she saved my life with some of my interview process. So I answered these questions so good that some of the judges were like, hang on, can you say that quote again? And they're writing down my quotes. They're like, where'd you get that? I was like, that's my original. And can I use that? So they're writing down my quotes. They're like amazed. They're asking questions back at me about questions that I just answered. And I'm like, I crushed this one. I crushed it because there was nothing that I didn't feel comfortable with.
There was shock and
awe. I
didn't
force it. They gave it some other doctor lady. And whenever they answered, I was just like, bruh. Are we serious right now? Because even my president came up and she's like, all the judges was just raving about it. I really think you may have won this one. I'm just like, bringing home the gold. But it wasn't about
bringing home the gold.
For me, the satisfaction of winning is only satisfying if I have a team to represent.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was going to represent. Southwest has never had a person win this award. And they've had a few nominees go all the way to the end and come up just a little short. So in a way, it's like running for the gold in the Olympics. And you may be in an individual sport, but you're representing your country.
Right.
And that's how I felt.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it got my crawl. I got my crawl. But this is cool.
But you got a nice plaque.
Yellow plaque.
Show that.
Put it up there for
Put
YouTube folks.
Yes.
That's cool. I mean, that is nice. Recognition's nice. But there's some other things we got to know about this. So that's where it all ends. And then we came back.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Top 3 educators. Educator in the state of Tennessee.
The entire state.
Come on, dude.
Nobody would have thought that coming out of high school. Thank you.
Dude.
They would have been like, whoop. Who's he educating? I know. It's like, well, don't worry about it. It's actually kind of important. It's paramedics. I don't know. So here's the thing. So going into this, now we're going to backtrack. Here's where the backtrack. I don't know if you have a great Scott.
Oh, yes. We're going to go back in time, are we?
Great Scott! Thank you. Here's where we are. So I want to be nice, dressed up. I don't really have dress clothes, not my thing. It's a T-shirt and blue jeans and a ball cap. That's usually where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this thing up. Because when I went to win. That's another part of why I was a little salty, because it's like, man, I know I gave everything I had on this one. I felt like I brought it home, but whatever. So I go to get some dress clothes, because I don't really have a lot of dress clothes. I go in, and the dude's doing my measurements. He's doing measurements, and some of this around the waist, and then he's like,
inseam,
and then he's around my neck, and he's like, oh, and I'm like, well, what happened? What happened to my neck? He's like, oh. I said, why are you making that noise? He said, well, that's an 18. I said, is that good or bad? He said, well, we're going to need to go over here to the big and tall section. And now immediately I'm realizing I'm not that tall. So we just go into the big section. That's what we doing. My neck is too juicy. I'm like, what are we doing? So then I look at the shirt on the hanger, and I'm like, oh, that thing's going to swallow me. And I put it on, it's tight. I'm like, oh,
what am I doing?
Why is all this fitting so good? And I'm not tall. And so, anyways, dropped me a nice coin. I mean, like over $600 for everything, because I had to get suit, pants, jackets, ties. They didn't have any of this stuff.
But now you have what you need for the next one.
I've got stuff for anything now.
There will be more competitions for you.
Invite me to a birthday party. I'm probably going to wear it because it's expensive. So I'm just ready to go, right? Pack everything up. Very meticulous. We got a haircut, all the stuff. And I have a check sheet. So I do check sheets because I'm not really great at memorizing. And we get all the way up there. And I'm getting dressed. This is the day of the competition. This is day of competition. And I put everything on, and I didn't have any dress shoes.
Oh, no.
So I forgot all I had was some dirty old nasty sneakers.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, what am I going to do? I can't wear dirty nasty
Now, did you have some at home that you forgot?
Yes.
Or did you forget to buy new ones because you wanted new shoes as well?
I had them. They were in my closet.
So what did you do, sir?
So I look at it, and she was like, I guess that's it. I guess we can go home.
We're done.
And she's like, let me see.
Such
well, what's a pump fly swatter down? Here's some directions to the closest Walmart. I said, Walmart? They got dress shoes?
Yeah.
I said, all they had was bacon. She go right here.
Bacon?
7, and she put in the thing on my phone, blip, 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 and then handed it to me. And then I drove straight there. I got some dress shoes for like $28.
Done deal.
Saved the day.
Nice. Good job, Alicia.
Yes.
Can you quit slinging that nasty fly swat around?
You married right.
I did. But let me explain something to you. So here's where she sees her life fitting in, okay? So she's going to support me. And she was being supportive, don't get me wrong. And she had helped save the day with the shoes. And now I've got to go to a different location for the competition part, for the judging part of things. And I go, and I notice on my 360, she's moving. I'm like, what's she at the hotel? What's she doing? And we're in downtown Nashville. So I'm a little nervous about some stuff. I mean, we were in a really ritzy, nice place. Don't get me wrong. The place was awesome. Who knows how much that thing was a night. Very expensive hotel. And so I'm like, what you doing? I just go walk down. I'm going down here to look at some stuff. Look at some stuff. She found cowboy boots.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
She found Ray-Ban sunglasses. She was rewarding herself.
Yeah.
I was like, well, how about that? Mama done went shopping.
There's plenty of places to get cowboy boots on Broadway.
Lots of places, apparently. Now, that place was cool, I got to admit, because when I got back, she was like, let's come down and look at these shoes. So we went down there. I wanted this to be a little bit about us as much as it was about me.
Sure,
and she was being supportive. So she got her little shopping spree in, got her some glass stuff. And then she throws this on. She's like, I want to go to the ramen. I said, some noodles? You want some ramen noodles? So we can get some ramen noodles. It probably got some, Vietnamese place around here or something. She's like,
the chicken flavor, all the way.
She's like, no, I'm talking about with a place where the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, the theater, yeah.
I didn't even know there was that. I'm like, who is a ramen noodle? What is a ramen? We go down there, and apparently it was the dude named Ramen that they gave the tabernacle, which used to be a church. Look, understand.
The Ryman, it is like everything.
Music industry epicity.
Yeah, no, it used to be a church.
And I learned all this stuff.
Yeah.
We did a 2-hour tour. Some did a 2-hour tour. SS Minnow went down. I went down. I'm like in here, guys talking. It's educational to a point, but I'm sleepy.
I've seen a few concerts in there. It's awesome.
Have you really?
Yes.
All wood.
It's awesome.
Very wood.
You are literally sitting in pews.
Yeah, it's literally pews.
Pews.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we did that. She did the tour. She's always wanted to do that. I don't think she realized that that's not where. So the Grand Ole Opry has a new place now, too.
Yeah, it moved to Opryland.
Opryland, and they cut out a section
Opry
of
Mills, not Opryland. That's wrong.
Okay.
Opry Mills.
I wouldn't know the difference.
And they took a chunk of the Ryman stage to the new location.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Ryman was decrepit for a long time.
Yeah, from like 1984,
Yeah.
87, 89,
Yeah. It was just,
for a long time.
I mean, the windows were broken. You could see birds flying in and out of it. It was really just
Jacked up.
yeah, and a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know who, how, when. It's
They gave all that. They did. I didn't
'cause-
take notes.
Yeah. So, and I've sure I've been told this too, but some corporation took it over and made it just an iconic place again.
Yeah.
And it's an honor for bands to play there. Like even the biggest names, when they know they get to play the Ryman, it is sacred ground.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Guess who was there when we were doing our tour and they were doing all their sound checks?
Who?
I don't know who they were either. OJ's.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I know. I saw this old dude. When they said OJ's, I asked our tour guys, like, what era was that from? It was like the 60s. So that guy that's barely able to walk across the stage, is he one of the OJs? He turns around and goes, actually he is. I'm like, makes perfect sense.
Sweet. Yeah.
Still touring.
I saw Keith Urban.
Apparently he's big presence there.
But that was, I could spend 15 minutes talking about how awesome that was. Blackberry Smoke, Winger.
I know him.
So the first one I mentioned was one time. Second time was Winger and Tom Kiefer, vocalist from Cinderella. So that was an 80s night.
Yeah.
And then the third time I went was Blackberry Smoke.
Blackberry Smoke.
And the acoustics in that room, too, is what makes it magical.
Well, that's what they talked
about.
They kind of compared it to Carnegie Hall. Is that the right?
Sure.
Is that the right place?
But it just sounds great.
Yeah.
It's very intimate. You're right there. I mean, they're right there in front of you. And it's just a good vibe, good energy in that room.
It was cool. I mean, at the end of the day, it was historic, and I'm into some history. And then I think we bought a Christmas ornament, so there's that. It was like fully solidified. One thing I was going to say, though, about all the dress-up stuff. So we had to dress up, and all these people walk around, suits, ties, everything else, all the time. So, like, I'm down at the Ryman, I'm thinking I'm supposed to still be in a suit. Everybody everywhere just wearing suit, tie, because they're from TBR. There's the whole, don't worry about that. That's normal. That's just knocking you. It's an earthquake. Oh, no, that was a 5.3.
For the listeners, Coach hit his camera.
And that was the one centered on you. So that's,
the camera next to you that's
you're
focusing
a rock star.
on me.
Yep.
My goodness.
You're a rock star. And it was rocking literally. I started thinking to myself, maybe Fetterman's up. He's got something figured out.
Fetterman.
Yeah.
Why?
He's the senator of like Pennsylvania, and he just dressed like a bum.
Oh, okay.
A sweatshirt and a hoodie.
I don't follow.
You ain't got to follow to see this joker.
Yeah.
He just looks like he walked out of an alleyway. He's like, I'm your senator of Pennsylvania. I'm like,
They voted him.
I know. That's my point. He's like, he's figured he's breaking the mold. I want that outfit next time.
Yeah.
So
you guys go shopping.
Yes.
And then you go back to your room and just get ready for the show, or for the competition, the evening, the event.
The awards thing. And then, the news came. But the cool part was the night before. So we're up on this like balcony. It's the 25th floor. And that's where they're doing like their reception dining thing. And it is an amazing view of the city.
Yes.
It was
beautiful.
Very pretty.
It's a beautiful skyline.
It's a great evening. February 27th. And we got 70-degree temps with a light breeze on a roof on the 25th floor. I'm like, this is magical.
1 week after an ice storm.
Ice, and I could barely breathe when I walked outside.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
But boy, that skyline has changed over the last 20 years, brother.
I bet.
Oh, my goodness. I moved there in 2005, and it's unrecognizable.
Yeah.
I mean, skyscrapers.
Big.
Multiple. And then mid-sized buildings, and just on and on and on. It's the Batman building. That when you see like a postcard of Nashville, it's the AT&T building, and they call it the Batman building because it has antennas that go up that makes it. I mean, it looks like Batman. The mask he wears as far as having the ears. And when you would go down I-40, it was the centerpiece, right? It was right there. And then the buildings to the sides of each side of it. Now you can barely see it.
Yeah.
You can barely see it. It's in a forest of skyscrapers now. It's wild. And what they've done in 20 years and still doing. Yeah. It is an ocean of cranes.
That's a fact. It still was like that.
And it's been like that for years. Cranes everywhere.
Yeah, it's
just
pretty amazing.
Building.
Lots of homeless people.
Isn't that crazy too?
Lots of homeless people.
Yeah.
Lots.
Yeah, if you go down to like First Street.
Yeah.
There's a whole community down there.
I will say this about them versus Memphis. All right, so contrast.
Okay.
Not aggressive. The homeless people in Memphis, very aggressive at times. Like all up in your mug.
Panhandling.
Messing with you to get $1, which those guys were just kind of sitting around with some signs. Some were kind of witty. One's like, hey, I'm too cute to prostitute and too honest to steal. Can I have $1 or something? And it's like she's carrying around a toe. I was like, all right, well, that's kind of funny. But
yeah, any big city. It just sucks that you have the two ends of that spectrum. But
I saw a lot of homeless people with dogs too there.
Really?
A lot of them. And all I could think about was like my dogs, and they're a handful. It's like if I'm homeless, that's one less thing I got to deal with right now. But those dogs seem pretty calm. I just took my dogs to the vet the other day.
Okay.
When's the last time you took a dog to the vet?
The puppy?
All of them. Well, 2 of them. 2 of the 3.
20 years? I don't know.
It's amazing how the puppy somehow knew we were at a vet. It ain't never been to one with me.
I hated it.
Just as soon as we got him out, car started walk. He's like, all for it. I'm hitting
that thing. Will you quit hitting my camera?
You quit slinging that nasty fly swatter around.
It's the fly swatter. If I had, that's what happened. I was slinging the fly swatter around that time. So I get out, and the dog just lays down all 4 legs straight out, just. And I'm trying, and meanwhile, Finley, the crazy one, he just running around like, hey, how's it going? Everybody just pee. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Yeah. And then the other one, I'm like, he's like just dead weight. And I'm having to pick his joker up. He just
sensed it.
He just somehow knew.
He must be getting big.
Oh, he's like 50 pounds.
Man, I wish I would have come over to see it when you first got him.
I got video. He's 3 months old, and he's about to be 4, actually. So on the 5th of this
4 months. How many pounds?
He's got to be, he's over 50 now. He's probably getting 55, 54.
Whoa.
Big, furry, fluffy. He's like got mops on his feet. Every time he walks across everything, he picks it all up.
Is he sweet?
Oh, he's super docile.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pees a lot. I don't understand the pee thing. A lot of peeing. A lot of peeing.
Barking?
Yeah, he barks too. He does.
Into the night?
Well, no, not into the night. He goes to sleep. He's a lazy dog. But he'll bark at stuff, but he lays down. He's out. He snores. He sleeps on his back. So it's crazy. I don't know what's happening with all that. But yeah, he was down. He was not down with the vet stuff. He was like immediately, nope, not doing this one.
Not going to happen.
So anyways.
Well, congratulations on your trip. Was the award ceremony night number 2?
Yes.
Okay. So then you left the next morning?
No. I left right after.
Okay.
It was actually, so we drove up, we stayed the night because we got there like 7:30.
Okay, yeah.
So on Tuesday. So we stayed that night. And the next day was the competition stuff. And then that night was like the social. And then the next day, that night was the competition. It finished at about 8:40. No, it was 9 o'clock. It was a little red 9 o'clock. And we got back to the room. I'm like, let's
go.
We're going home. So we got home literally this morning at about 1:30.
Yeah.
So here we are, and now I'm in the studio.
I've done that drive so many times, several times round trip, one day.
I've done it a couple times, but not that I wanted to.
It's a long day.
It's a long.
I mean, that's about with stops, with stops and pee breaks. It's a good 8-hour day.
Funny fact about that: we got in that car last night. Now, this part's so real, and I didn't know he was going to talk about this. So this is real-time action. I don't know what sound effect goes with that.
I don't think I have one.
Well, it seems like there should be, but we're going to figure it out later.
You sound insane.
Oh, thank you. We got in that car, and we took off. And I listened to our latest Cannonball, and that kept us busy for about an hour. And then after that, I looked up Rhythm Section and listened to the Juno and Donnie Mars episode, the Juno Mars folks. And that was over an hour. And the next thing I know, I'm like, I was sleepy, but now I'm wide awake. It kept me awake. It kept me in tune. We never stopped. We left the hotel. The next stop was Hernando, Mississippi.
I love it.
We never stopped to pee, to gas, to nothing. And there was no traffic because it's in the middle of the night. So we just rolled on. And I'm getting into town. I'm like, I got to tell Derrick, he saved my life. Man. He kept me wide awake. So I was sleepy, but you kept me awake. Juno and Donnie, they were hilarious. But I will say my truck was, it was dying. It was gasping. We're like coming off the interstate. It had said low fuel warning.
On fumes.
And then it started saying words up on the thing. It was like, we are about done. Hey, yo, this is stupid. What you trying? I'm like, well, who programmed this thing? So, yeah. It was as empty as it had ever been. And I can tell you how much it cost. $80 to fill it up from empty.
Yeah, because you got a big-ass truck. That's why.
That's big, and it was empty. And it was empty.
So I don't think I've ever gone nonstop, either there or from.
You weren't listening to yourself.
But several times I've done the whole trip, let's say from here to Nashville, in silence. No radio, no music, no podcasts, just my thoughts.
That was an interesting conversation.
Isn't that crazy?
I've done it too. I mean, not necessarily
silence.
there, but I'll drive in silence a lot.
Yeah, just the sound of the road.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't, I know I'm like, when I'm on the highway heading to Nashville, my brain just starts swirling, but thinking of different things, ideas, dreaming.
Yeah.
Envisioning things, trying to manifest.
I'm envisioning things, throwing stuff out the window, these idiots. Sorry.
But I can't do that with something else. It interrupts my brain. So I've learned that if I just drive in silence and let the brain run.
Just let it do its thing.
I have less anxiety. I let it fly.
Yeah. I almost let something fly out the window, though, last night. Dude blocking up the lane, doing 60, and I'm just like, it is 11:30 at night. And there's a semi in the right lane, and this dude's in an RV just chilling next to him, just blocking. So I started bright light. And it's like, stop it. I'm like, they need to know. And then when we get on, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm letting him know. I'm like, because I can't say words.
Yeah.
So
I hate it. I hate it when we get blocked. And 40 is, depending on the time of day or day of week you're traveling, is impossible to use cruise control.
Oh, absolutely.
Impossible, because you set it for 75, you're in the right lane, you're cruising along, and then all of a sudden trucks are coming on your butt and people are just pushing you, and you're like, okay, well, let's speed up a little bit. And then now you got slowpokes doing 60 in your way, and it's impossible to find a groove.
It is.
On cruise control. But when I'd come home from Nashville at like 1 a.m, breeze. I'd set it at 75, kick back, close my eyes, just take a nice little nap, wake
Chill
up,
time, baby.
Eat some potato chips.
That's right. Yeah. So what's your go-to trip snack? Since you said that, I'm curious.
Oh, anything and everything. But I will say this. And this is a trick I learned.
All right, talk to me.
You know when you get the sleepy eyes?
I had them last night.
Yeah, you just cannot, window down, radio cranked, slapping yourself in the face, and it doesn't work. Sunflower seeds.
Oh, yeah, I've done some sunflower.
Throw a pile of those in your mouth and just start chewing away.
I thought you were going to say hot Cheetos, stick it in your eye.
No, well, that would work too. But something about those sunflower seeds and your little spit
cup. You got to focus. You don't want to get choked on them.
Yeah.
And spit them.
Your face is busy.
Yeah.
It's concentrating on chewing.
Are you able to throw a bunch in the pocket of your...
Yes.
Okay.
And then I just one by one de-shell it in my mouth.
I find it annoying, those people that just put one at a time.
No, that's...
And it's like, bro, you're doing it wrong.
No, you want the inside of your cheek to be raw by the time you get home.
You speaking truth, boy.
And you're puffy from all the salt. Been there. But I didn't fall asleep and fly off the highway. So.
Well, that's what's important, my friend. I got news for you. That travel is fine if I have time. I don't mind traveling. I don't like bad drivers, so there's a mix.
Yeah.
It's like, could be cathartic and it could be relaxing, but then it can also...
What did you think of that traffic in Nashville? That's
horrible.
That's also grown.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that they're better at not being at a dead still stop for a merge. People know how to merge a little better, at least what I experienced.
But it bottlenecks everywhere.
It does. It's just...
The new 440 is awesome.
Yeah.
Do you remember when it was...
I've been on it.
Do you remember before the construction?
Yeah.
It was 2 lane. Now it's like 8 lanes. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, what comes with growth, too, is opportunity. And so that place is thriving, Nashville. At every corner you go to, there's somebody singing, playing a guitar, doing something.
Busking.
Yeah. And whether they're on the street corner or they're actually in a club. And we stopped at, and you're not really truly a country star until you have a bar down there, I think. So
They all have them now.
Got to have one. I think that's the rule. And then, you've made it. It's not like rock and roll or country hall of fame. It's like you got to have a bar.
Totally different.
And we went to Kid Rock's.
Yep.
And we went up on the top, and the bartender comes out, or not the bartender, the waiter comes out, and he's like, you guys are lucky. And I was like, we are? He's like, yeah, because that last band sucked. I said, well, that's good to know. Pretty honest. All right.
So every place now has that rooftop. That's a big thing now in Nashville. Even Tootsie's, the legendary venue down there, now has a rooftop.
Even Chiefs, where some people throw chairs off the top.
Oh, that's not good.
That's where Morgan Wallen threw his chair off.
Oh, really?
They have a plaque up there that says, you're not even Morgan Wallen, so don't think about it. Something like that, about throwing a chair.
Oh, nice fella.
Yeah, he did that.
But in all of these levels, 3-story buildings, each floor has entertainment, usually bands. Now you get some DJs here and there. But it is from 5th to 1st Street and just Broadway on a Friday night. I mean, easily 25 bands.
So many.
And when it's nice weather, all the windows are open in these buildings.
It's nothing but a cacophony of sound.
Snare drum hell. 25 snare drums being hit slightly at different times.
That sounds fun.
It is kind of like hell when you're walking through there now. When I moved there in 2005, you could go to a bar on a Friday night at 9 p.m. and you still have walking space on the sidewalks.
You barely had that on a Tuesday.
You go see a band, hang out. There isn't a layer of 10 people between you and the bar. God forbid you want to go get a beer now. I don't drink anymore, so I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Right.
But back in the day when I moved there, it was easy, man. You could go out and have a good time and talk and hang out with friends. Now it's like a nightclub city.
The whole street.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, packed. It was packed.
Yeah.
Well, of course, the weather was beautiful, and it's February, so there's a little bit of that too. But anyways, it was an interesting experience. Yeah. I've been in Nashville several times.
It's beautiful.
Having a hotel right on the strip like that.
Oh yeah.
It was a unique experience.
And I do not miss living there. I had my time. Even I moved after 5 years, but even I would say for the next several years, I still had major ties there and went a lot and played with bands. And I'd meet my friends there, and then from there we'd go to Wisconsin to play. And so Nashville was still kind of a hub in a way for me. I had a footprint there.
Yeah.
But man, the minute I moved out here, I was like, this is where I need to be. I love it out here.
Yeah. Well, we love you being out here.
Thanks.
I mean, you bring a lot of culture to us. You got LaCroix drinks over here.
That's right.
Anytime you got French sounding drinks, that's something.
The flavor is
that matters.
Pamplemousse.
Oh, watch your mouth.
Do you know what pamplemousse is?
I don't know. I have no idea. I've never met that person.
Pamplemousse.
Where are they from? What are they doing over there? Is that's spelled moose like what you put in your hair. That's interesting.
It is grapefruit.
Oh.
Anyways, I feel like I'm rambling about Nashville.
It doesn't matter.
Beautiful city, but I much prefer Memphis.
Okay.
Of the two cities. The music scene here is just its own character.
I would agree.
And we don't have all the glitz and the glamour and the record labels and just everyone's going to be the next rock star or country star. We don't have that here, but we have a nice community.
I do want to throw one more thing about Captain Ryman in.
Go for it.
By the way, he was a captain. He was a boat captain.
We'll wrap it at this.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it at this. You do know he was a boat captain, right?
No.
He was. He was a boat captain.
Who was?
Raymond.
The noodles?
The person with the tabernacle.
Was it chicken flavored?
I don't know. This could have been.
Ryman Theater.
Yes, that guy.
Ryman, yes.
Yes, he was a boat captain.
Okay.
And he was going up and down the river, whatever that is.
We are idiots.
It's okay. It's normal.
We are idiots.
He's going up and down the river, and he lands in Nashville. So that's how he started. That's how all of this whole shenanigan thing started.
So it's named after him because he was kind of the Nashville pioneer.
He was the Nashville pioneer. And there was something I was definitely leading to. And I don't remember what it was.
You know, sometimes these sounds really hit home.
It does, because when you didn't know who I was talking about again.
And I'm interrupting you.
I'm like,
We're a
I
mess.
don't even know now what it was.
We're a mess.
But he was doing something, and it was going to be funny, and he was important, but it's not there now.
I'm not the only one.
You're not
Thank
the only
you.
one, bro. I'll remember in the middle of the night. 2 a.m, I'll get up to go pee, and I'll be like, that's what it was, and I'll text you.
You've had a long day today.
I've had an
emotional roller coaster
3
kind of
4
day.
days. Yeah.
So-
And it doesn't stop, because tomorrow morning, fresh, bright and early, softball tournament.
Nice.
The team I coach.
Nice. And at some point, we need to figure out our new record schedule.
Wednesday next week.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So, hopefully we can turn this around and be more
I hope this
timely.
wasn't too bad. To be fair, I don't have a hat on, first of all. Full disclosure. I don't feel like I can
throwing
think.
me off.
That's my
man.
thinking cap, and I just can't think as clear and fast as I usually do.
Well, but it also keeps the thoughts there.
It's true.
I mean, the squirrels are running
It
wild.
just holds it tight.
They're just
and then I
flying
haven't
out
had
of
a
your
lot
hair.
of sleep, and then the shirt is funny, and my underwear is weird.
And your what is weird?
Underwear. So,
Why?
I don't know.
What's weird about your
I
underwear?
haven't changed it.
Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, all right. They're like, oh, I got to go wash my eyeballs.
I was wondering what that smell was.
Yeah, well, don't worry about that. That's normal. It's pheromones.
Coach,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you, bro.
You know I love you.
Yeah, I love you, bro.
Much love. And,
Too much fun.
There's going to be more plaques like these.
Okay.
But it's going to be first place.
First place. We
First
got to go
place.
back to first.
But it says Community College Faculty of the Year Finalist 2025, the SOAR Awards,
Yeah.
the College System of Tennessee, Christopher Camp, Southwest Tennessee Community College.
I was trying
Congrats,
to. I
man.
appreciate it. I was trying not to be a sore loser, but you know,
Hey.
sore is in the
Hey,
name.
we're human.
I know.
We're all human.
It's in the name though. Sore.
So,
It's in the name.
oh, the quip just
brought it back one more
the
time.
Quip went, the quip right by my face.
I
It was just
throw
like.
That's what happens. Yeah. So hey, look. How about SRP Studios LLC.com?
How about motivatewithcoachcamp.com?
Ah, I like that one. What about
Cannonballing
Cannonballing Life at
gmail.com.
Yes.
Go follow Positive Voices on
Get on that
Facebook.
thing.
The link is in the description. It's a very positive group.
Yes, it is.
Join the fun. It
Do it.
grew fast. I mean, there's several hundred people in there now. It's awesome. And then, if you find it in your heart to support me and Coach, we would like to make Cannonballing Life shirts,
I would like to hats,
a hat,
a beanie,
a coffee mug,
and socks.
socks, and underwear.
Okay.
Because Coach is tired of his weird underwear he's
That's
wearing.
right. That's the way it
So,
works.
Venmo.
Yes.
At Motivate with Coach Camp.
That's where you gotta go.
Link in the description. Throw us a buck or two if you want. We
I
would
like that.
appreciate it.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Coach, till next time.
Yes, sir.
I don't know when I'm going to see you again.
Tomorrow
Wednesday. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow
It's all right.
night.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. I'll be here without you.
I promise I'll be here.
All right.
I'll teach you how to turn the cameras on.
Sweet.
Dude, the song is over.
That's how we do it.
And
Holla.
see-